All right, everybody. Thank you for coming to our team call today. I am, my name is Tanya Landis, if you don't know me, and I am going to be talking today about what you should be doing the month of August to get your business going. We just came out of Summit and Super Saturday and Super Sunday weekend. So I know that a lot of you are still riding the high from that. And those of you that couldn't be there, I would encourage you to watch the Super Saturday recording. I believe that it's in the online office, and I will post a link to it later today. And then some of the stuff from Summit will be recorded, and those were recorded, and the recordings will be released so that you can see those as well. They were all great events. We had Carl Deichler, our CEO, and we had Tony Horton come out to Portland for the first time, which is really cool. We started, one second, I'm so sorry. One second here. Let me just so sorry. Anyway, so we had him come out, and what's really cool is when I started as a coach, we hosted Super Sunday, and in Jessica, who's my coach, we hosted it in her living room, and we counted our kids as participants. We're like, we had 10 people. Well, not to mention I have 3 kids and she had 1 at the time. So we were all excited. So this weekend we really did have 1,200 people, and they were adults. So that was a really cool thing to have happen. It just shows like how much Beachbody has grown and how you can grow. Because when we started, we were like the only ones in, we started by ourselves in Oregon. Our uplines were over on the East Coast. And so we didn't know exactly what we were doing. We kind of made it up as we went. And obviously it's gone really well. So that brings me into what I want to talk about is that Jesse and I have really set up some really good systems to help you guys all get started and to be successful in your businesses, because we want you to be successful. So I am going to be doing some things and that'll make life easier for you. So the most important thing to remember as a Beachbody coach is we are here to encourage our clients and coaches and inspire them. We want to encourage them, help them reach their goals. You always want to find out what their goals are, what they want to do with their business, and help them reach those goals. And we do that by motivating, inspiring, and encouraging them. So being a coach is really fun. It's really rewarding, and it's really exciting. The first thing you want to make sure that you're doing is, in order to be able to do that, you need to invite people. So I know that can be scary. I felt the same way. When I started as a coach, I was like, I don't want to sell anybody anything. I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to, bug people, or, I didn't want to be like blasting stuff all over my Facebook like I saw other people doing. But Beachbody is very different. Carl spoke to us this weekend at our Super Sunday, and a lot of people get scared when they hear the word multi-level marketing, MLM. We're not in the business of doing that. We are in the business of multi-level helping. We're MLH. I never push or, want to be pushy with people on selling, and neither should you. What you want to lead with is helping people. So by inviting people, you are helping them. If my coach wouldn't have reached out to me, I would not be where I am right now, which is I am in the best shape I've ever been. And I feel amazing. My doctor, I had some health conditions, and my labs are all normal now. Everything's great. And it is because of Beachbody. And I'm a better mom to my children. Well, that would have never happened had she not reached out to me. For those of you that don't know, my coach reached out to me at our daughter's dance class. She did not know me. We'd only met a couple times. I was sitting slumped over in a chair, and I was depressed. She didn't know that. I was had a lot of anxiety because I was stressed out. I had 3 little kids. I was eating Ritz crackers and drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper. I did not look like I was somebody that wanted to work out, okay? But I did. Nobody knew that. I just had this desire. I'm like, I want to feel better. I want to stop wearing yoga pants everywhere. I want to be able to button jeans. I'm sick of having to buy clothes in different sizes. I'm sick of losing the same weight from doing crash diets and gaining it all back and then having to do it all over again and the psychological issues that come with that. So what she did is she offered me an opportunity. She just started talking to me. And you know what? She asked me what I was, asked me about myself. It was like the first time that somebody asked me about me in a really long time. As a mom, nobody asked me about me. I was burned out. I was sitting there like, I'm sure those of you that are parents, it's like, your kids don't, unless they're a little bit older, they don't go, oh, how are you doing today, Mom? Are you feeling really good about yourself? No, I'm tired. I'm burned out. I haven't had breakfast or lunch and I'm shoving Ritz crackers in my mouth. So she just said, she started asking me about myself. She asked me like how I was doing, what I was up to, what my goals were. And I had been wanting to get in shape. I had been wanting to feel better. And it was perfect timing because you know what? She was so encouraging. And I could tell because I didn't believe in myself. But I could tell she believed in me and she didn't even know me. But I was so inspired by that. And I had, of course, more questions. I didn't just say right on the spot, like, yeah, I want to sign up. Tell me where to pay to, because I bought the $205 challenge pack back then. And I didn't say that. I said, I have questions. I need to talk to my husband. And then she followed up with me. And I was like, wow. Because if she wouldn't have followed up with me, I would have just said, oh, I failed. I'm not going to do it. She doesn't care about me. Because when you don't follow up with somebody, they don't think you care about them. That's why you want to follow up. So you think you're bugging them? No, it means you care about them. Think about when people follow up with you after they talk to you. It makes you think they care because you do care. So when you feel like you're bothering people, don't feel that way. It's actually that you should feel good about it. So she followed up with me a couple of times and eventually I signed up. And that changed my life, completely changed my life. And then I wasn't a coach in the beginning. I signed up as a discount coach because I wanted the discount on the Shakeology. But within a week of drinking Shakeology, I felt like $1 million. I was still drinking Diet Dr. Pepper, 2 a day, still had a sugar addiction. I wasn't perfect with my workouts, but I was trying, okay? I was trying and I had a desire to do better and I was already seeing differences. I was feeling better. I had more energy. And so just remember that I was not perfect, okay? But I was making strides and I was making small changes, just like the slide edge says. So I decided, you know what? A lot of people I know are feeling the same way that I am, and there's no reason that they have to feel this way. So I invited them to join me in a challenge group. Again, I was not a perfect example of what you should be, of what people think you should be. Like, people think like as a coach, you need to be perfect. That is not true. Actually, that demotivates a lot of people because they think like, oh, well, I need to be in perfect shape and I need to be at my goal. That's not true. You need to be trying and wanting to do better. And that's what people will respond to. So make sure you're doing that. And then, I'm so sorry. 1 second. My daughter is just being a pill today. Sorry about that. I paid my son to babysit and he's not babysitting. Anyway, so don't think that you need to be perfect and don't think you need to be at your goal. You just need to want to do better and be encouraging other people. I will say that I don't drink diet soda anymore. I have kicked my sugar addiction. And when I started, I had to modify everything. And now I can do like insane things that I never thought my body could do. And I'm in really good shape. But I would never have gotten there had I not started with those small changes. And it's been a progression. It's not about being perfect. It's about progress. So always remember that. And it's about leading with your heart and helping people. So invite them to the challenge group and lead with your heart and lead with your passion. I do not want to see links posted on your page. That is like the biggest no-no. You're not a store. You're not Amazon. So don't ever post your link on your page. You can send that privately to people. Don't post stock photos. Stock photos are no-nos. If you look at all the top coaches, nobody does that. Nobody that's successful does that. We're not stores. Post pictures of yourself. Post pictures of you with your Shakeology. Post pictures of you working out. You know, that sweaty picture after you work out and you don't look very good. Post that, because that's real life. We don't go put on makeup and do our hair and look like $1 million after we finish working out. If you do, that means you do not work out hard enough. So post your pictures, share with people real life, like share your meals you do. Like I share, like I, make meals for my family and share that, like healthy meal prep. Kelly's on the call. She's got some really good pictures that she posts. Like, I didn't want to work out this morning, but I did it anyways. And it's like it's not even sunny yet. She's working out in the dark, but that's inspiring people. She works she's married. Her husband's in the military, so he's gone a lot. And she's got 2 little kids, and she's still making time for herself and working out. And she's had tremendous success because of that. So look, check out her page, Kelly Williams. She's on here. And there's a bunch of you that have done that, that have really good pages of what you're doing. Just don't post any links to websites or anything like that, because it makes you look like a store, and it's a really good way to get put in Facebook jail. So be talking to people behind the scenes. Reach out to people. I want you to be reaching out to 2 to 5 people each day. If you really want to be successful in this business, you need to be inviting people. And they're not going to say yes. You're going to hear no's. You're going to hear a lot of no's, but you got to hear those no's to get to the yeses. And you also, it just means not right now. I've had so many people come back to me that had told me no, said I would never do that. And then they come back and they're like, I'm ready. I'm totally ready. I had a girl just the other day who I've been talking to for a couple of years, and she's like, oh my gosh, I've been watching you. I'm so ready now. I was not ready before. I had a bunch of other stuff going on that I didn't want to tell you about. And now I'm ready. So you never know truly what's going on in someone's life. So don't take it personally. Just know it's not right now, and that you need to follow up with them. And so just be reaching out to 2 to 5 people a day. If you're somebody that works a really crazy schedule, then you can send 10 invites at a time, a couple times a week. So you get those invites in. When I first started, I was doing 10 to 15 invites a week. And then when I was ramping up my business, I sent 35 a week. So now I send more, but it just depends on what your goals are. If your goal is to really make this a full-time business and to really help a lot of people, then you're going to have to send more invites, because you're going to get more no's. And what more no's means more yeses. So make it your goal to get some no's. Get some no's this weekend. And, don't take it personally. Just know it's not right now, but at least you reached out to that person and you offered them help. So do that. We have a lot of really good invites that you can use. We've got them in the team files sections, and just use those invites. Make them your own. Make them sound like you, and send them to people. And really think about, what I would encourage you to do is, after you get off this phone call, make a list of, 20 to 40 people that you want to help. Don't count anyone out. Do not make a decision for them. Everybody deserves to be helped. Everybody. And you don't know their situation. Nobody truly knows what's going on in someone else's life. You only know what's going on in your life. So make a list of 20 to 40 people. If you're a new coach, do 20. If you're an overachiever, do 40. If you're an emerald, I want you to do 40. So that's your goal. And then make it a point, schedule some time in your day to reach out to those people. What I like to do invites is I set my phone timer for 10 minutes, and then I send out my invites. That way it makes it so I'm not overthinking it. Because if I don't set my phone timer, then when I was starting out, I was thinking about it, and I would feel I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot send this invite. I feel like I'm going to throw up. No, just set your timer. Set it for 10 minutes and send out those invites. And trust me, you'll see a lot from that. And then make sure that you follow up with them. If they respond to you, make sure you follow up within, 24 hours. And, that you can, respond to what they said. And if you don't hear back from them, if they don't respond to you, then I would give them a couple of days and then follow up with them and say, hey, Sarah, I'm not sure if you got my message I sent you. No pressure whatsoever. Just sometimes this messenger thing, messages don't go through. So I just want to make sure you got it. That's all you say. And half the time they're like, oh my gosh, I did get it. I read it. I meant to respond to you, but then I got distracted by my kids. How many of us has that happened to, where you're like, I'm going to respond to this message, and then your kid is doing something and you're, just like this phone call, like, they don't leave you alone for 5 minutes. So you're like, okay, wait, I meant to respond to it, or I mentally responded to it. I didn't actually write it. I've done that. We're all busy. So give them an opportunity, give them a second opportunity. And if they don't respond to that one, then follow up within a week. If they don't respond to that, put them on the list for next month to follow up with, or 2 months out, whatever you want to do, but just make sure you calendar it. And that is really all there is to inviting. Do not overcomplicate it. Just think of it as helping. You're inviting someone to be helped. And think about how you were invited. All of you were invited to this opportunity. What would have happened if your coach would not have invited you? Where would you be? How grateful are you to that person for inviting you? I know I'm extremely grateful to my coach, Jessica, because and like I said, complete stranger, she did an in-person reach out to me. If she would not have invited me, I don't want to even think about where my life was going, because it wasn't going anywhere great at that point. So she probably doesn't even know, like I tell her all the time how grateful I am, and how I just know that, I can't even believe how my life has changed since she invited me to Beachbody. The next thing you want to make sure that you're doing is obviously be a product of the product. I know most of you are fine with this. Like, that's the easy part, right? Drink your Shakeology every day. Every day. Drink it every day. It's your vitamins. It's what's getting you your nutrition. Drink it. We ran out when we were in Europe. The kids are like, Mom, what happened? What's going to happen to us when we run out of the Shakeology? Because they were like, Mom, they love it. Like, all 3 of my kids drink it. And my husband, there's 5 of us drinking it. When we first started, everybody turned their nose up at it, and I was the only one drinking it. And my husband was like, I will never drink a shake. Never. Guy does not have a weight problem. He's totally thin. But he ate like crap, and it caught up with him. Doesn't matter. You can't gain weight. He ate like crap. And so Shakeology made a world of difference for him. So he came around and tried it on his own. So for those of you that feel like your spouse isn't going to ever do it, they do. And then my kids, the pickiest kids ever, they all 3 drink it. So, make sure you're drinking it, because you're the example. My family would have never done it had I not been drinking it every day. So make sure you're doing that. And the other thing you want to do is do your workouts. And yeah, you're not always going to be perfect, but don't get down on yourself. Be real. Say, you know what? I did not do my workout today, and I feel horrible. I'm exhausted. I feel like crap, and I really should have got up at 5 a.m. and done my workout. Share that with people. You're a real person. You're not a perfect person. Don't be negative Nelly on your Facebook. But definitely be raw. Don't act like you're perfect all the time. And just share, your struggles. Like, I had a pretty severe knee injury about 5 months ago that was really bad. And I shared that with people, and a lot of people were like, what are you going to do? I'm like, well, I'm not quitting. I'm just going to have to adjust things. And I had to modify it for a long time because of that knee injury. But I had to meet my body where it was. And that really helped other people that were dealing with injuries as well. So be product of the product. And then the third thing that you want to make sure that you're doing is that you are doing your personal development. I don't know how many of you heard Amanda Noddings, if you heard her speak at Super Sunday, but she even said, like, you got to do your personal development. She would not be where she is had she not done that. And I feel the same way about myself. I can pinpoint exactly what I was reading and listening to at each point in my life. And when I feel like I'm starting to get down on myself, I know that it's because I'm not being consistent with my personal development. It's 10 minutes, you guys, 10 minutes a day. Or if you're feeling bad about yourself, or you're feeling like, I can't do this, I just am failing, you better be turning on your phone and listening to something. There's tons of free stuff out there. You have the Success tab in your online office. Podcasts galore. Keith Callahan has the Business of Life podcast, which is my new favorite podcast. There's Shailene Johnson. She has her podcast. Then she has Build Your Tribe. We have, there's no shortage. Go to past wake up calls. Before all these podcasts came out, I used to just listen to past wake up calls. I'd go in there and I'd be like, well, I'm struggling with inviting. So I'd look in the archive and look at the ones that were about inviting and listen to those. Or I'm struggling with belief, and I would go in there and look at belief. Audiobooks galore. If you're struggling with something, get a book that's going to help you. You can read it if you're a reader. I would love to sit down and read a book, but if I sit down and read, I either fall asleep or a child interrupts me. So I'm usually listening to something. I'm always walking around my house with one earbud in my ear or driving with one. I don't listen to the radio anymore. I listen to podcasts. I need to fill up my soul. So make sure you're doing personal development. It will change your life. No matter what you do in life, personal development will change. My husband mentors CEOs of $1 million companies. All the successful ones do personal development. All of them. All the people that are moving forward do it. The ones that are going crazy are not doing it. That's what you need to do. You need to make sure that your cup is full before you can go out and help other people. Otherwise, you'll just get drained. So make sure you're doing that. And then, so those are your 3 vital behaviors: inviting, being a product of the product, so working out and doing your Shakeology, and then doing your personal development. The other thing I want you to do is make sure you're engaging in your team page and your groups. So don't be a fly on the wall. Engage. Those that engage, if you go through and look at like Team 360, my team page, or whatever your team page is, you look at who's engaging. Those are the people whose names you see on that top coach wall. Those are the names you see on the Success Club chart. Engage. Be there. Be present. You don't have to comment on everything. Just spend 5 minutes each day looking in the different groups, 5 to 10 minutes looking through all the groups. Engage in the challenge group. Engage. If you're in one of my Kickstart groups, which I'm starting a brand new one on Monday for new coaches and coaches that need a revive, engage. It's 10 days. You can engage for 10 days, okay? You can do anything for 10 days. So engage. It takes 5 minutes to check the Johnny's getting called out. So go in there and comment on things. Engage. I don't care if you disagree with me. Do a comment, okay? Don't just do a like and be like, oh, I engaged. That is not engaging. Get in there and comment and be present, because that's how you're going to learn. It's not going to take you that long. Those of you that went to college, how long did you go to college for? How much sacrifice did you put in? I know I went to college for 4 years. I spent a load of money, and I sacrificed sleep, sacrificed social life, sacrificed a lot of things. And I got a degree. And I was not making any money when I left college, okay? Well, this year actually going to make money. And you're not going to incur student loans. So just think of what you put into that. And you don't even have to do 4 years with this. I've only been a coach for 3.5 years, and I am doing really well. I was able to take my family to Europe for 2 months. And I came back, and we're doing just fine. We're a little homeless right now, but we're working on that. So, but I'm able to buy something, for my family. I can provide for them. And my life didn't stop when I went to Europe. I was able to work my business. So I have freedom of time and freedom of location because of Beachbody. I would not have those things with any other job. Okay. So a little inspiration for you there. So just make sure you're engaging. Please, 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 please engage. And if you need help, ask. If you have a question, ask. Post in your team page. That's what we're there for. There's so many good people in there that will help you, I promise. Just make sure that you're engaging. If you're not on a team cup and you want to be, make sure that you let us know. Post in Team 360. We've got a couple different open spots on different teams. If you commit to a team cup, make sure that you commit to helping 3 to 5 people in August, okay? And that you're going to commit to doing your invites, because that's important, because you're committing to these other people. Team cup is teams of 5. So you're committing to 4 other people that you are going to be engaged with them, and you're going to help them reach their goals. So really make sure that you're committed to helping 3 to 5 people. I'm not saying that you have to be perfect or you have to do that, but you at least have to commit to trying and doing your invites. And if you've been doing invites and they're not working, then we probably need to tweak them. So just make sure you reach out to your upline or post on the team page and say, hey, I'm using this invite and I'm not getting any responses, or I haven't got a yes yet. Well, maybe we just need to tweak a word. Also, one quick thing, sorry, I know I said I would keep this to a half hour, is make sure that when you are sending messages to people that you're not sending links in them. In the first one, I forgot to tell you that you really should never send a link until the person has committed to it, okay? Before that, it's all about helping them. It's about finding out their goals. And don't send this long message. Think about the fact that everybody is reading it on their phones. And it's probably not always a plus, okay? So this is an iPhone 6. Look at, if you look at how big a message is, make sure the message fits on one screen. Think about when you get a message and it's super long, are you going to sit there and read it all? Probably not. Or you might think you're going to come back to it and forget about it. So make it short and sweet and simple. Everybody loves simple. And so make sure it fits on the screen of a smaller phone, not a plus, like a 6 or something, okay? So anyway, that's what you should be working on, all right? And I am so excited that you all were able to come today and learn a little bit more about what you should be doing. But honestly, keep it simple. Have in your heart that you're helping people. Commit to helping people this month. We've got a lot of exciting things going on, and just go for it. Really just go for it. Believe in yourself, believe in this business, because this business works. The only variable is you. So if something's not working, then we just need to tweak something with you. And that's simple. I've had to do that a lot. I've made a ton of mistakes in my business. So I can help because I know what not to do. And I know what to do. So just let us know. I'm going to open it up for a few questions. If I know we have a ton of people on phones right now, and so they can't really raise their hands. So I am going to unmute everyone's line right now. So if you don't have a question, please remute yourself. Okay. 1 second here. All right, everybody's unmuted. So remute yourself if you don't have a question. If you do have a question, shoot. Yes. Hello? Question? Anybody? Anybody got a question?
I have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Amanda. Hi. I just was wondering, I've been talking to my team about focusing on their 3 to 5 things that they feel embody them, so that whenever someone goes to their page, they could scroll back just even 3 to 5 posts and get a pretty good idea of who they are. So I think that's a really good measure, but I was only able to tell them my 3 to 5 things. So would you share yours to give them some ideas of what you think about when you post, please?
Absolutely. So that's a really good point. When I do a post, I think about the mom that's sitting on the couch, like I was, wanting to do better and wanting to cook healthy meals for her children, but didn't know where to start and was just completely overwhelmed and exhausted and burned out. So that's what I think about when I post something. I am speaking to that one person. I am not speaking to the masses. That is who I'm speaking to, and that's who I'm seeking out. And 9 times out of 10, that's who I get. Who I am on my page is a mom. My kids and I'm a wife. My family is so important to me. I also do a lot with inspirational quotes, because those are what keep me going. If I'm having a bad day, I Google, and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling really, like if you see a quote, it's usually because it's something I'm struggling with, and I will post that. And then the other thing is I like traveling, obviously, and fashion. I like to shop. And so those are the kind of things that I'll post. And that's really, you want to keep it, 3 to 5 things. You don't want to be all over the board. But, those are the kind of things that I post, because I find that that's what people are interested in, that I do really well with coaching. I'm not for everybody. I'm not everybody's perfect coach. I know that. But I do have a market that I am good for. And that's usually the characteristics that they share. Does that help?
Thank you.
Absolutely. Good point. Thank you for the question. Does anybody else have a question or anything you want to say? All right. So I'm going to put someone on the spot really quick. And sorry to do this to you, Kelly, but, but I just want you to share really quick before we wrap up is you started a while ago and you were struggling, and oh my gosh, you like came out of your shell. Like, you're on fire. And I was actually just talking to Jenny, before this call, like, what happened? Because like, seriously, you just shot up and you're, I believe, one emerald from diamond right now, which is really exciting. So can you unmute yourself and just kind of share briefly, like, what changed?
Can you hear me?
Yep. And
Okay.
sorry to put you on the spot, but I really think it would be valuable.
Okay. So, oh my God, so much has changed. I've grown so much. I'll try not to cry. It's taken me out of my comfort zone. And like yesterday, I was talking to someone at work about Shakeology, and my boss came up to me and she said, "What are you talking about?" And my husband and I said, "You can't sell that at work. You're going to get in trouble." And I'm like, "No, I'm not going to get in trouble. No." It is like, Tanya, like you say, it is a gift. And why would I keep it to myself when I can give it away? So 2 years ago, I was that mom on the couch. I had tried everything. But how the hell do I put it together? For me, but also for my babies. I didn't want to go out and play. I wanted to sit on the couch and drink wine. That's where I was. And that is a pretty low point for a mom. Jenny had posted all kinds of stuff, and I got a Rockin' Body in the mail, and on the back it said Beach Body. And I reached out to her and talked about a godsend. She said, "This is easy." And I said, "No, it's not. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to do. How do I do this? For me, I'm going to die." Like, that's how I felt. I felt like I was expanding by the minute. Like, I physically felt like I was dead inside. And how can I come alive? Well, fast forward to today and getting up to do my workouts every day. That has to happen. I have to put myself out there at 5:30 in the morning. I have to show people that I'm busy like everyone else. My life is just as busy. I'm no one special, but I want to make it a priority. I want to show you that you can do it. And by igniting that fire within me, I can help other people ignite that fire within them. It's listening to personal development. I have a 45-minute commute each way. When I have my kids and my husband's on duty, like today, my son is homesick. But development through the roof. I listened to Darren Oli yesterday about superfoods. That I was able to talk to my boss about what Shakeology is because of that podcast. Because of that. So God is so good. God is so orchestrating. I mean, I'm a Christian, so I believe that He has orchestrated my path. And God said to me, "You need to talk to your husband about this." Because, yeah, I could do this business. Yay, I got to Emerald. Woo! Great. But God said, "You need to talk to your husband on where you want to go." And we have debt like crazy. We moved from the West Coast to the East Coast, and it's got to go away. My number one is to stay home in 2 years when he deploys again and not have to look for a job. My goals are to erase our debt using Beachbody and show him that this is for real. Because he believes in it. He drinks Shakeology like I did. When I started, he said, "Good luck with that." Like, okay, you can do that, but that's just for you. He drinks it now every morning. I make it for him. He takes it with him. It's gone. He drinks it. I'm helping him. And he didn't believe in me. So now he believes in me. And I said, this is important to me. This is important for our family. This can change our life. And it's personal development. It's coming out of my comfort zone and talking to people on the phone, talking to people not on Facebook, but at work, about what it can do for you and what this business is. It's getting my workouts in every day because that mentally helps me go forward. It's posting. It's all these behaviors. And, I hear crickets. Right now I'm super frustrated. I'm hearing crickets from 2 people I talked to on the phone that were ready to sign up. Now they haven't responded to my messages, but I will keep following up with them. It is being out of my comfort zone. I already bought my ticket to Summit. I'll be there next year. I will hit diamond. I will. And it is not the money that motivates me, but it's the people that I can help change their health that are desperate, like I was. That's it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I know I put you on the spot. Sorry about that. But I was like tearing up because I know what you've been through, and I know that you worked this business through part of your husband's deployment, which was really, really hard on you and your family. But I wanted to show other people, like, you guys, Kelly, her husband has been deployed. He's going to get deployed again. They've moved all over the country. They moved somewhere they don't, she doesn't know people. Like, she had to find a job when she moved over there, a new job, and go in there and make sure her kids are settled. Her husband's on a ship. It's not like when he goes out, it's not like she gets to have calls with him and talk to him. It's like there's nothing because he's on a ship. But she hit her goals. So when her husband got back, she was standing there waiting for him, looking amazing. And she's so much better and feeling so much better. And she's desired to help other people. And that's what she's doing. And it shows, like, you can see it. Look at her page, look at her like page. And that she's just one example of, we've got tons of examples on our team, but she's really, really close to diamond right now. Really close. And so I just want to encourage anybody, and I know there's other people on this call right now that are doing awesome too. But I just want to encourage you that if you're feeling like you are, like she said, like you're hearing crickets, or like you're, can't do it, do personal development and just invite. What do you have to lose? I did a video the other day on why I stopped people pleasing, and because it got me nowhere. So it just got me anxiety. So make sure that you remember that when you are doing your invites, that you don't need to be pleasing other people. That like I said in my video, who I care about is I care about God. I am a Christian. I care about my husband and these 3 kids I promised to take care of. And that's who I answer to. And when I do everything, I do it for those people. I also really take good care of my coaches and my clients. I care about all of you. I care about our team. But if somebody wants to defriend me, like I got defriended by a couple really good friends while I was in Europe, because they couldn't handle looking at my pictures. They weren't happy for me. And that's just really sad to me. And I just feel really bad. I'm like, I want to help you. If you want my help, I will help you. But when you have to defriend someone because you're demotivated because they're doing well and you can't be happy for them, I just don't understand that. That's probably not someone I should be friends with anyways. Because even when I was at my rock bottom and I was down in the dumps and we had no money for diapers, I was still happy for my friends that were doing really well. And I celebrated their successes with them. I didn't defriend them or think they were bad people or want bad things for them. I want good things for other people. So think of that when you get those no's, or if somebody's really mean to you, because I've definitely had, and that was, that wasn't even related to Beachbody. That was just me living out a dream that my husband and I have had planned for 7 years and really wanted to do, but thought wouldn't be possible until we were retired or if we won the lottery. So anyway, I'm really excited that you guys came today. I'm sorry that we ran a few minutes over, but I cannot wait to see what the month of August brings. So go out, make it your mission to help people this month, and let's do this. If you have any other questions, please post them in Team 360. I'll be happy to answer them for you. I will have the recording up here very shortly. All right, thank you. Bye, everybody.